More riffs and changes than most full-length albums. It starts with a hard-driving 16th note main riff, stocked with many lead fills as it repeats throughout the song. The chorus gives us a chance to breathe, but only for a short while before picking up the pace with rapidly picked arpeggios. Musical breaks have us making use of center string power chords. The halftime section gives us a thorough example of Randy's classical guitar influences, with the use of both chords and scale runs. On the studio versions, there are several guitar parts woven together, which also cause modulation, giving an even deeper chorus effect than what is actually used. Since there are several guitar parts during this section, I also referenced a video to see what Randy played live, which is an added bonus lesson at phrase 15. Here, the song builds up again to a blistering solo that manages to cover most of the fretboard. Randy's guitar intro for I Don't Know begins with a slide down the 6th string from the 17th fret. This introduces phrase 1 and leads to the first chord, which is an A5. 5th string is open, 4th string's 2nd fret is held with the index, which is barred across the 3rd as well. After strumming strings 5 through 3, palm mute the 5th string and follow through with 16th notes. The count is 1, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Also, you'll notice that the open 5th string notes are not palm muted on the 3rd and 4th count. These are more accent notes rather than non-palm muted notes. What I mean by that is Randy dug in a little harder on these notes to give the rhythm more feel. It's probably easiest to learn the rhythm with straight 16th notes, then add the accents as you become more comfortable with the rhythm. Here's phrase 1 at a half-speed practice tempo. For phrase 2, we move our finger bar from the A5 up to the 4th fret for a B5. As with the guitar parts in Suicide Solution, here we are only playing the middle strings, strings 3 and 4 on the 4th fret, which is followed by the same palm muted open A5 rhythm, or galloping rhythm, which we applied to phrase 1. Next we ascend to a C5 in phrase 3. This uses the finger bar on the 5th fret of strings 3 and 4. Next we have a partial galloping rhythm with an accent on the 3 count, and then a slide down from the 5th and 6th strings, barring the 15th fret on the 4 count. The count is 1, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4. Phrase 1 through 3 taught us the ascending chord structure of the main riff. To add contrast, phrase 4 drops down to a full G5, 2nd string 3rd fret with the ring finger, open on strings 3 and 4, mute the 5th string with the bottom of your middle finger, which holds the 6th string 3rd fret. Strum down on this chord, switch to a D5 by lifting your middle finger, and add your index finger to the 3rd string's 2nd fret, and strum up on this along with the open 4 and 5th strings. Next, play another D5, but strum down and include the 2nd string 3rd fret, which should still be in place from the G5 chord we started the phrase out with. This is a prime example of how Randy liked to spice things up by playing many variations of the same chord. So we have the G5 to the 3-string D5, then the 4th string D5, and wrap up phrase 4 with the 6th string 3rd fret held with the middle finger, given in a slight bend. Now that we've learned the basic structure to the verse, for the benefit of the beginner viewers, we'll put it all together at a slow tempo. Phrase 5 will use the same structure as the verse. But at the end, for the guitar fill, after the C5, play the palm-muted rhythm and slide down from the 6th string 12th fret on the 4 count. The guitar fill starts on the 2nd string 1st fret with artificial harmonics, which we learned in the previous lesson can be achieved by allowing the skin of your picking hand to lightly touch the string as you pick. Pick and pull off to the open string. Repeat 2 more times. Go to the 3rd string 2nd fret with artificial harmonics, or AH, and pull to open. Repeat. 4th string 2nd with AH, pull to open. 5th string 3rd with AH, and pull to open, then end on the 6th string 3rd with a slight bend. There are several changes Randy would make while playing a rhythm. For example, when the lyrics start for the first verse, Randy played the same A, B, C power chord rhythm. However, after the C5, he slides from the 6th string 17th fret down the neck. Then plays the open G5, D5, D5, and G bend. However, he strums the chords differently. For the G5, he's only using the 6th, 4th, and 3rd strings. For D5, he's strumming the middle strings, 3 and 4, then again adding the 5th string for a deeper D5 chord. Another variation Randy plays is to apply the galloping rhythm to all 3 chords. This time the C5 as well. Next is a G5. In this example, we're holding the 6th string 3rd, muting the 5th string, and allowing only the 4th and 3rd strings to ring out. And this time it's followed by D major harmonics on the 7th fret. Just lightly bar your finger above the 7th fret wire and strum strings 2, 3, and 4. Just before the first chorus, Randy plays up to the C5, and with a partial galloping rhythm, he slides down from the 6th string 20th fret. Next is a trick I learned from watching an early demo video of Randy Rhoads playing with Ozzy. For the G5, Randy bars strings 1 and 2 with his index finger across the 3rd fret and mutes the 6th and 5th string with his thumb. Then he strums strings 1 through 4, which together make up the G5 chord. The muted 5th and 6th strings are just a precaution to prevent unwanted notes from ringing out. This is followed by a single D5, which will bridge us to the chorus. Harmonics were also often used as fills. For example, double harmonics on the 5th and 4th string 7th fret, followed by 3rd and 4th string 5th fret harmonics. This would be played in place of the G5 to D5 rhythm at the end of the main riff. Other times, Randy would play the G5, then play a 3rd string 7th fret harmonic, followed by a 2nd string 7th fret harmonic. And again, to achieve the harmonic, just lightly touch the string right above the designated fret wire and pick that string. Phrase 7 introduces the chorus, muting strings 1 and 2 and 5 and 6, allowing only the open 3rd and 4th strings to ring out. Then add strings 1 and 2 with the index finger across the 3rd fret. 5 and 6 are still muted. Next, we play an F-sus2 chord, which is held by barring the 3rd fret with the index finger on strings 1 through 4. Add the 2nd string 6th fret with the pinky and the 3rd string 5th fret with the ring. Instead of strumming this F-sus2 chord, palmute all 4 strings and pick the 4th string 3rd fret, then the 3rd string 5th fret, back to the 4th string, then to the 2nd string 6th fret, back to the 4th string, then the 1st string 3rd fret. Then stretch to the 6th string 5th fret with your ring finger, give it a half step bend, and release. Next, repeat the G chords, then repeat the F-sus2 riff. Holding the chord, pick strings 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1, then to the 6th string 5th fret, bend and release. Back to the G5, then switch to the F-sus2 and double pick each string twice, starting with the 4th string, 3rd string, back to the 4th string, 2nd string. Next is the 3rd string, to the 1st string, to the 2nd string, then a single 3rd string. This is the way Randy appears to have played this section on the old video footage, and it sounds like this is what he is doing on the original recording and remastered versions. Here's phrase 7 pieced together with a slow tempo. Later in the song, Randy engaged his wah pedal after strumming the G5 chord, then disengaged just before the F-sus2 chord. Another technique Randy used was to toggle the pickups on and off in time with the music. This is achieved by turning the volume and tone knobs all the way down for the neck pickup. And with the bridge pickups on, you're able to toggle back and forth. Phrase 8 ends the chorus with a descending chord progression, starting with the F, 2nd string 1st fret, 3rd string 2nd fret, and 4th string 3rd fret. Next is C. Keep your index finger on the 2nd string first, lift your middle finger, exposing the 3rd string open, and play the 4th string 2nd fret with the middle. Switch to a D5, placing your ring on the 2nd string 3rd fret, middle on the 3rd string 2nd fret, and the 4th string is open. Strum, then repeat the 4th string open, While you play this D5, keep your index finger on the 2nd string 1st fret for the next chord, which is an open C5. 2nd string 1st fret, 3rd string open, 4th string is muted with your ring finger, which holds the 5th string 3rd fret. And end on a G5. As previously mentioned, Randy would track several guitar parts, sometimes playing the same notes to thicken up the tone, and other times playing slightly different sections. As this lesson progresses, I'll be showing you different ways Randy would play this walkdown. As the first chorus ends and the next verse begins, Randy added a very unique fill to the end of the main riff. When playing the C5, palm mute the open 5th string, but for the last note, play the G on the 6th string 3rd fret. Then rapidly hammer and pull off on the 3rd string, 5th fret to open. Do this 6 times. Drop down to the 4th fret, playing 3 times, then down to the 2nd fret, playing 3 times. Phrase 10 introduces the breakdown, which will bridge us to the halftime section. We'll start this with an alternate chorus walkdown. Play the same F as before, but add the 1st string 1st fret with a finger bar. Next is the C, this time adding the 1st string open, 2nd string 1st fret and 3rd string open. As the open strings ring out, move your hand into position to play a fretted D5. With your index on the 5th string 5th fret, ring on the 4th string 7 and pinky on the 3rd string 7. Strum, then drop down 2 frets to an alternate C5, 5th string 3, 4th string 5, 3rd string 5. Then move everything up 1 string, and you have an alternate G5, 6th string 3, 5th string 5, 4th string 5. Next, we start the breakdown. Double up on the 5th string open, 3rd and 4th string 7th fret, with a slight bend, then pick the notes again with vibrato. I play these with my ring and pinky finger. Another open 5th string, 3rd and 4th string G5, 3rd fret C5 to G5. Repeat, open, open, 7th fret bend, 7th fret with vibrato, open, muted G5, C5 to fretted G5. Repeat again. Then walk down the 6th string with vibrato on the 5th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, open, 1st fret with vibrato, and pull off to open. End on an open D5, letting it ring out as a clean guitar section comes in on another track. In the original recording, Randy plays several overdubbed passages which are blended together in the studio. Let's first take a look at the studio version, then I'll show you an example of what Randy did live in concert. Begin phrase 11 holding an open D chord with your index finger barring the 2nd fret of strings 2 through 4. Add your middle finger to the 2nd string 3rd fret, and with this fingering in place, pick the 4th string open D note to the 3rd string 2nd, back to D, skip to the 2nd string 3rd, and hammer your pinky to the 5th, and then end on the 1st string 2nd. Next, move your middle finger to the 5th string 3rd fret, and your pinky to the 1st string 5th fret. Pluck both of these at the same time. Here I'm using a pick for the 5th string and my middle finger for the 1st string. Follow this up with the 1st string 3rd, then 2nd. Then hold the 5th string 2nd fret with the index and 1st string 3rd with the ring. Pluck the 2 strings together, then slide your ring finger up to the 1st string 7, pull off to the 5th fret held with the index, then drop down to the 3rd. Next, we have a lead fill in place of an F chord. For this, move up to the 3rd string 10th fret with your index. Hammer to 12, pull to 10, move this to the 4th string, playing 10, hammer 12, pull to 10, and repeat. Then play the 5th string 12 with your ring and slide down to 9. Phrase 12 begins where we left off, sliding down to the 5th string 9th fret with the ring, which puts us in place to bar the 2nd and 3rd string 7th fret with our index for a partial D. Play the 7th fret notes, play them again, then add the 2nd string 8th fret with the middle, along with the 3rd string 9th fret with the ring, and play together for a partial C. Then move this up 2 frets to 10 and 11, and play these together for a partial D. Next is a finger bar across strings 1 through 3 on the 12th fret, adding the 12th string 13 with the middle. This makes another C chord. Follow this with the 3rd string 12 to 2nd string 10, then bar a G variation with the ring finger across strings 2 through 4 on the 12th fret. Pull off from the 2nd string 12 to 10 and end on the 3rd string 12. Next is the same F lead fill that we learned earlier. Hammer pulls on the 3rd string, 10 to 12 and back, double up on the 4th string, then 5th string with a slide from 12 to 9. This time picking 9 again after the slide. Bar the partial D on the 2nd and 3rd string 7th fret. This time hammer to the partial C and pull off to the barred 7. Move to the 4th string 7, hammer 9, pull to 7, then the 5th string up to the 8th fret hammer to 10, pull to 8, then slide down to 7, bend the string, and release. In place of the G chord, play octave B notes, 4th string 9 with the index, and 2nd string 12 with the pinky, plucking both notes together, then play the 2nd string 12, 10 to the 3rd string 12, followed by the F lead fill. Back to the partial D on the 7th fret, up to the partial C, to partial D, then back to the partial C, then adding the 1st string 8th fret with a bar, quickly slide down the neck, bar a partial G on the 3rd and 4th strings 12, to 2nd string 12, pull to 10, then 3rd string 12, and the F lead. On Blizzard of Oz, Randy played an overdubbed descending lead run, starting with hammer pulls on the 3rd string 7, hammer 9, pull to 7, to 4th string 7, 9, 7, drop down to the 3rd string 5, 7, 5, to 4th string 5, hammer 7, pull to 5, down to the 3rd string, 2nd fret, 2, 4, 2, up to the 4th string 3rd fret, 3, 5, 3, drop down to the 4th string 2, 3, 2, then open, 2, open. Then back up the neck to the lead fill. I was able to watch an early 80s video of the band performing this song live, and Randy plays primarily in this open position. This is very similar to live recordings that are also available. Starting with the D chord, pick the 4th string open, to the 3rd string 2nd, back to D, skip to the 2nd string 3rd and hammer your pinky to the 5. The first time you play this, end on the 2nd string 3. Switch to a D with a C bass by keeping the 2nd fret barred. Move your middle finger to the 5th string 3rd fret and place your ring on the 2nd string 3rd fret. Then pick 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Next, hold a G with B bass, placing your pinky on the 1st string 3rd. The ring remains on the 2nd string 3rd. Strings 3 and 4 are open. And hold the 5th string 2nd fret with your index. then pick strings 5, 3, 2, 1, and 2. For the first ending, hold an F, same as earlier, frets 1, 2, and 3, and pick strings 4, 3, 2, then play the second string 3rd fret with your pinky, back to the 1st fret with your index, pull off to open, and on the 3rd string 2. Repeat the D rhythm, this time ending with the 1st string 2nd fret, then the D with C bass, G with B bass, then back up to the same F lead fill. For phrase 16, we're positioned on the 2nd and 3rd string 7th fret with a finger bar. First, play the 3rd string 7 by itself, then the 5th string 9 with the ring finger, back to the 2nd and 3rd string 7, hammer to the 2nd string 8 along with the 3rd string 9 with the middle and ring fingers, then drop down to the 3rd string 7 along with the 2nd string 10. Move the index finger bar down to the 5th fret, including the 4th string, and pick strings 4, 3, 2, then add the pinky and play the 2nd string 8th fret. From here, drop down to the 3rd string 4th fret with the index, along with the 4th string 5th fret with the middle. Play these notes together, followed by the 1st string 7 with the pinky, 5 with the ring, and slide to 3. For a new F fill, play the 4th string 3rd with the middle to 3rd string 2nd, then 5, keeping the middle finger in place. Pick the 4th string 3, slide up to 5, back down to 3, then pull off to 2, then open. Next, repeat the same D rhythm, D/C rhythm, G/B rhythm, then another F lead fill, starting on the 6th string 1st fret with the index, 3rd with the ring, and slide up to 5. Bar the 3rd fret with the index and pick strings 5, then 4, hammering your ring finger to the 4th string 5, pull off to 3, slide down to 2, then pull off to open. Phrase 17 is an example of the many overdubs Randy tracked while in the studio. Coming out of the halftime rhythm, an electric guitar with its volume low plays the partial D on the 2nd and 3rd string 7th fret, hammering to the partial C on 8 and 9 up to the partial D on 10 and 11, then back to the partial C. Next, increase the volume and walk down from an F5, 5th string 8th fret, 4th string 10, and 3rd string 10. Strum, then drop down 1 fret to an E5, 7, 9, 9, down 2 frets to D5, 5, 7, 7, down to C5, 3, 5, 5, then an open, muted G5, allowing it to ring out on strings 3 and 4. Phrase 18 is very similar to phrase 10 and continues to build up to the solo. Double pick the 5th string open, 3rd and 4th string 7th fret, light bend, then pick the notes again with vibrato, another open 5th string, then C5 on the 3rd and 4th string 5th fret. Repeat C5, then 7th fret D5, 5th string, 5th fret, then 5th fret harmonic by lightly touching the string above the fret wire to fretted 6, 7. Repeat the first half of phrase 18, but for the second ending, play the C5, muted 5th string open, C5, then the 5th string open, hammer to 5, 6, then 7. Repeat the first half. Then the third ending is middle string C5 to D5 to 5th string open and a picked 5th fret, 6th, and 7th instead of the hammer-ons this time. Wrapping up this build-up to the solo, play the same riff, but end on the open G5 in place of the C5. Then dig in for a pick slide down the low strings. We begin the guitar solo with phrase 19 on the 2nd string, 18th fret with a ring finger bend. Bend again with vibrato. Pick a 3rd time, bend, release, bend, move to the 1st string, 15th fret with the index, to 2nd string 18, pull to 15, then to the 3rd string 17 with a bend, and 2nd string 15 to 1st string 15 with a bar. Continuing in the same position, phrase 20 has us play the 2nd string 18, pull to 15, to 3rd string 18, back to 2nd string 15, then 3rd string 18, pull to 15, 17, pull to 15, to 4th string 17, pull to 15, back to 3rd string 17, bend, and end on 15. Next is phrase 21. On the first string, 17 with a half-step bend, matching the pitch of the 18th fret. Then we have a slur hammering 15 to 17 3 times. Pull off to 15 and end on second string 18. In phrase 22, we bend the second string 13th fret with our ring finger, and as you gradually increase pitch by bending the string, you want to rapidly tap the 16th fret with the edge of the pick. For phrase 23, slide down the 6th string from the 17th fret, then rapidly hammer and pull on the 3rd string, 3rd to open. As you play this riff, you're going to gradually lower the pitch by dipping the bar, then switch to the 5th string, release the bar, hammer to the 3rd fret, and slide up to the 16th fret, giving rapid vibrato. Once again, if you have a guitar that isn't equipped with a whammy bar, you could still achieve this by using a trick that Randy often did himself. The slide down the neck would be the same, and the hammer pulls would be the same, but you would take the palm of your hand and rest it against the upper bout of the guitar's body, and while you're playing the hammer pulls, push the neck forward with your playing hand. Then switch to the 5th string and then 3rd string and release pressure. And as you release the pressure and the open string returns to pitch, slide up the neck, not so far, slide up to the 16th fret, and apply the rapid vibrato. We have an ascending scale run in phrase 24, starting on the 6th string 13 to 15 with slight palmute, to 5th string 13, 15, slide up to 17, to 4th string 15, 17, 15, release the palmute, and next you have 3rd string 15, then double pick 17, to 2nd string, double pick 15, double pick 18, slide to 20, back to 18, to 1st string, 21, pull to 20, pull to 18. Phrase 25 begins on the 2nd string, 20, pull to 18, back to 20, to the 1st string, 18, back to the 2nd string, 20, pull to 18, then bend 20, adding heavy vibrato. Drop down to the 15th fret with a bend and heavy vibrato. For these bends, I'm really digging in, and I'm even getting the strings ahead of them by lightly barring my index finger to prevent any strings from muting there. This way I get kind of a rate, and those really don't ring out, but they kind of enhance the note that I do want to ring out, which is the 2nd string bend. All of the notes in phrase 26 are palm muted. Starting with a muted third string, don't fret any notes, just lightly touch the string and double pick. Then play the second string 11 with the middle, down to the 10th fret with the index, then to the third string 12 with the ring, to 10th fret with the index bar. Repeat 11, 10, 12, 10, then drop the pattern down 1 fret, playing second string 10, 9 to third string 11, 9. Repeat, then drop the pattern down to the second string 9, to 8, to third string 10, to 8, then down another fret, 8, 7, 9, 7, then down to 7, 6, 8, 6, then end on 6, 5, 7, 5. Phrase 27 drops down to the third string 5th fret with a ring finger bend, then a barred 3rd fret on the second string, then first. Next is a second string 6, pull to 3rd, to 3rd string 6, back to second string 3rd, return to the 3rd string 6th fret, pull off to 5, then 3, to the 4th string 5, back to 3rd string 3 again, then end on the 4th string 5, pull to open. Phrase 28 ends the solo with the same fingerings as the previous passage, but you slide up to the 3rd string 17th fret, bend, then play the 2nd string 15, to 1st string 15, to 2nd string 18, pull to 15, and 3rd string 17, back to 2nd string 15, to 3rd string 17, pull to 15, and end with double notes on the 2nd and 3rd string 17 with a bend, release, and vibrato. There's a unique rhythm guitar track playing behind the solo, which we'll learn as phrase 29. Simply hold the open G5 with strings 1, 2, 5, and 6 muted. Then switch to F5. 6th string 1st fret, 5th string 3rd, and 4th string 3rd. Play an F bass note, then the F chord, another bass note, then 2 chords. The G rings out, but the F chords are muted by releasing finger pressure. As this repeats, at times you could hear a full F chord. For this, bar the 1st fret, then add the 3rd string 2nd fret with the middle, 4th string 4th fret with the pinky, and 5th string 4th fret with the ring. Phrase 30 closely resembles phrases 10 and 18, but includes some lead guitar fills, so let's take a closer look at it. Double pick the 5th string open, play D5 on the 3rd and 4th string 7th fret with a slight bend, then with vibrato, the open A to a C5, then drop down to the 2nd string 1st fret with artificial harmonics, and pull off to open, repeat, to the 3rd string 2nd, artificial harmonics, pull to open, 4th string 2nd with artificial harmonics, pull to open, to 5th string 3rd, a slight bend, and then open. Repeat the D5 with a slight bend, D5 with vibrato, the open A note, this time end on the open G5, start the lead fill on the 3rd string 7th fret with a bend, to a barred 2nd string 5th fret and 1st string 5th fret, to 2nd string 8 pull to 5, then 6 pull to 5, to 3rd string 8, back to 2nd string 5, and end on the 3rd string 7, bend, release, and pull to 5. Next, we repeat the double open A notes to D5 bend, D5 vibrato, another quick D5, back to open A, then C5 on the 5th fret. For the lead, slide your index finger up the 4th string, adding your middle finger to the 3rd string around the 8th fret, and continue to slide up to the 21st fret. Play the 2nd string 22nd fret with your ring, then drop down to the 20th fret, bend, release, and vibrato. To end, we play the double open A, D5 bend, D5 with vibrato, natural to the open A, then the open G5, then slide down the 6th string from the 20th fret. There's one more fast fill that's worth mentioning in phrase 30. Here, coming out of the main riff, after you play C5, palmute the 5th string open 10 times for counts 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E. Then play the open G5 for 2 16th notes. In other words, end on 4 E and A. While this G5 rings out, position your index finger on the 1st and 2nd string 17th fret. Picking the 1st string, hammer from 17 to 20, pull back to 17, then pick 2nd string 17 to 1st string 17. Continue on the 2nd string 20, pull to 17, repeat, then play 3rd string 19, back to 2nd string 17, to 3rd string 19, pull to 17, to 4th string 19, back to 3rd string 17, then 4th string 19, pull to 17, hammer 19 and pull to 17 again, wrap it up with the 4th string 19, back to 3rd string 17, to 4th string 19, and slide down the neck. As I mentioned at the beginning of this lesson, Randy always played a section in a variety of different ways. Phrase 31 shows us the last chorus walk down and ultimately the end of this lesson. Here we play the chords we've already learned. F, barring the 1st and 2nd string 1st fret, 3rd string 2nd and 4th string 3rd. Next is C, 1st fret open 2nd fret. Then we move up to a 5th string D5, 5, 7, 7, and slide down the neck and play a C5, 3, 5, 5. Then we have the open G5, and to end we have a new chord. It's a fuller A5 power chord. Bar the 5th and 4th string 7th fret, add the 3rd string 9 and the 2nd string 10. Strum strings 5 through 2 and slide down the neck to end the song.